Overloaded circuits, frayed wires, and faulty plugs are all cause for concern. Electrical problems account for nearly 68,000 home fires a year. One of the ways to keep your home from catching fire is to make sure the items in it aren't flammable.
Have you ever seen those fire retardant sprays at the store and ever wondered if they work?
The makers of a fire retardant called flametard claim their product works so well that you can actually melt copper on a cotton cloth without catching the cloth on fire. To test this, we followed the directions on the bottle.
And you just hose it down to stuff just like that. Get it real soaked in the stuff. All right, just to show that we're not cheating here, we're going to set this off to the side for about 5 or 10 minutes and let it completely dry. And then we're going to heat things up. So now that we let the towel dry, all right, flame retardant, right? Cool, huh?
To see what this fire retardant can really do, it's time for the penny test. To get copper to its melting point, you need a hot fire. A MAP gas torch should be plenty. So we'll just put the treated cloth over a bowl and lay the penny on top.
Watch what happens.
The cotton cloth chars, but remains intact and doesn't catch fire. After about 45 seconds, the penny reaches nearly 800 degrees Fahrenheit, and the zinc inside the penny melts. At nearly a minute, the cloth finally begins to give way, but not before the copper reaches its melting point.
So this was once a penny. Sorry, Lincoln.
So what happens if you put the torch on an untreated cloth?
As you can see, it didn't take but 5 seconds for that untreated towel to go completely in flame. Check it out.
And just for fun, we thought we'd also try a paper napkin soaked in flame tard.
To have that much heat on a piece of paper and it still does not catch fire. That stuff is awesome.
And here's how it works. As flame tard is sprayed on, it impregnates the fibers of a flammable material with a non-flammable chemical. When heat is applied, the chemical swells to create a protective charred coating over the flammable material. This swelling is known as an intumescent chemical reaction. So now let's see how the flame tard's chemical reaction works on a much larger scale. Our effects team pre-treated a couch and drapes for this test.
Kind of looks like my place.
Well, that's the idea. We're going for a real-life feel this time.
Here's the drill. Half of our setup is treated with flame retardant, the other half isn't.
We're trying to simulate, real-life scenario here where maybe you've knocked over a candle or you got an electrical outlet that's shorting.
So you really think we're going to have half of a couch when we're finished with this?
Well, I don't know for sure, but there wasn't much left of the penny, so we'll see.
Penny was pretty much toast.
Yeah, let's do it.
It doesn't take long to catch untreated upholstery on fire.
The untreated side went up really quick.
Yeah.
On the treated side, it takes quite a while, but eventually the fire does get through the upholstery and begins to burn the unprotected foam padding. At about 2 minutes into our test, the untreated drapes ignite, and in about 15 seconds, they are nothing but ash.
That is smoking.
Even with this much heat being generated, the treated curtains aren't catching. After 6.5 minutes, we douse the flames. It's pretty easy to see which side held up better.
You sure know how to make a barbecue.
Well, that's what we like to do.
This was the untreated side. What mostly caught fire, as I'm looking at, is the inside. But the treated side gave it a little bit more time to go up.
Even though the fire made it through the treated side of the couch, it barely touched the treated curtains.
That's almost
got a little hole in it.
fully intact.
A fire retardant won't always stop a fire, but for $20, it just might buy you a little extra time to escape. So now we've seen how the fire retardants work on furniture and on the outside of your house, and how some building materials will stop a fire spread. Preventing fires is key, but when the worst does happen, new technology is saving lives.
We'll see you next time.
See how much easier your life can be. Never seen anything quite like this. Check out the Gotta Get